Hey guys, Sketch here, and today I'm going to be bringing you something different. I'm going to be talking a little bit about why I think PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or PUBG as you all are probably familiar with, will continue to survive through 2020 and beyond. Now, some of you might have kept abreast of the happenings surrounding PUBG and the Battle Royale genre in general. Since PUBG started in 2017, popularizing the Battle Royale game mode, many other studios have incorporated Battle Royale mechanics into their games. Titles like Fortnite, Apex, and Call of Duty Warzone have matched and surpassed PUBG in features, graphics, and smoothness of gameplay. Yet PUBG continues to endure despite the outcry from the core community, despite the declining player base, despite their seemingly asinine decisions. I believe that PUBG will continue to survive, although they will have to work hard to maintain their relevance in the game industry. For this video, I will not be touching on the console versions as I do not have experience on PUBG in console, although from what I've read, it's another dumpster fire over there. To start off, the decline of PUBG's numbers is to be expected. As a game, PUBG does not offer the beauty nor smoothness of gameplay shown by other Battle Royale games, or any other AAA title out there to be honest. Poorly optimized, plagued with network issues from the beginning, hackers and cheaters everywhere, but for a while they were the big one. Games like H1Z1 fell into relative obscurity, while this strange, ugly beast of a game broke records for things like peak concurrent player counts, among other things. For a short period, PUBG topped the charts, offering a standalone, looter-shooter battle royale experience in a plain yet realistic setting. Third-person perspective, while offering a different experience compared to other established first-person shooters, yielded greater accessibility and rewatchability to those not so well versed with the first-person shooter genre. The massive map sent pros and streamers scrambling to map out the gamescape, trying to learn the ins and outs of the game as quickly as possible. The Battle Royale genre, as embodied by PUBG, was a goldmine, and the prospect for viewership and gameplay highlights were nigh unparalleled. But as other studios, enticed by the success of PUBG, put forward their shinier takes on the Battle Royale concept, chunks of the player base naturally moved to those games. But not because PUBG is plagued with bugs, although that has certainly not helped. Even if PUBG managed to fix their problems, people will still be drawn to Fortnite's building mechanics and colourful art style. Many gamers have dropped PUBG in favour of Apex's futuristic universe and dynamic gameplay stemming from character abilities and much more. Something PUBG simply does not offer, nor does it show any intention of planning to do so. Players seeking a more ultra-realistic survival experience can get a best-in-class experience via Escape from Tarkov. So while its current 500,000 peak concurrent players on Steam is a far cry from its former glory days, the fact that it continues must mean PUBG still offers something that attracts many players still. Now beyond the bugs and issues, PUBG still offers a simple yet exhilarating experience rooted in realistic settings to the casual player, which leads me to my next point, that PUBG has a strong casual player base. While the core player base has pointed out many changes they do not like, I believe that the majority of the casual players will not only be tolerant of such changes, they will continue to respond well to changes that increase accessibility, even if at the expense of game experience. And to illustrate this point, let's talk about their latest addition to the game, bots. In their new update, PUBG indicated that they wanted to make it easier for new players to enter the game. While their bots are currently trash, even right now they've made a big difference for weaker players. They give loot to players, they offer easy kills even if the core community considers them fake, and give new players a chance to get familiar with the shooting mechanics of the game. Shooting a running target is something even I, after 600 hours into the game, still haven't figured out reliably, and I wish I had more practice at it. Don't just tell me to watch Wacky Jackie and practice in the training area, because neither would someone who only has an hour every other day to play if they are lucky, or the average casual player for that matter. Now, some folks have lamented that the real reason for PUBG adding bots is because lobbies are having trouble filling up to 100 people. And I agree. Like I said, PUBG's heyday is over and we don't see millions of players jamming up the servers anymore. So let's say that PUBG has trouble filling up the lobbies quick enough. What are their options? Should they A. make smaller lobbies, B. combine lobbies, or C. pad with bots? The first option would take away from the BR experience because less action would happen. The second would cause lag issues to worsen. And the third, well, we're seeing the effects now. If I were in their shoes and I had to pick a solution that is robust enough to handle different player densities and different player modes, I would go for bots, as they are the least likely to turn away casual players in general. And PUBG appears set to continue making decisions with this sort of principle in mind. Now before I continue to my next reason, I'd just like to drop my plug here. If you like this sort of discussion, I would appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up, It really helps me and this channel out. Subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. It really helps this channel out and signals to me what sort of direction I should take with this channel. And now on to my next reason. The next reason, which I believe is the case, which I know will bother some of you watching this, is that the core player base, in my estimation, is probably no longer PUBG's target. The past few months, the updates have been about adding variety and improving the basic player experience. The new Karakin map, the smallest one yet, shrunk the BR experience and ultimately reduced the cost of dying, as starting again would be quicker. Having only a maximum of 3x scopes available to you also reduces the chance of taking a K98 to the face from 400 meters away, and the clean landscapes make enemies easier to spot, improving feedback to the player. Karakin is the perfect beginner's map, making engagements shorter in range, death less punishing in terms of time loss, and fights with more visual cues rather than being a test of your headphone setup. In addition, new features like the Panzerfaust, Spike Strip, and even the vending machine do not really alter the meta. What they do add, however, is variety to the game, which is fun to watch and fun to tinker with. These were changes meant to help the casual player base have a good time with the game. Cheating, network issues, stability, all these might be complaints from the core player base, but fixing them helps the casual player base just as much. So while PUBG has made attempts to answer all these issues, I believe that they would have tried to resolve them anyway. I just want to add a note here that PUBG Mobile and PC both have huge player bases in China, India, and Southeast Asia, and all of them are relatively young emerging game markets. PUBG is making waves there, and I would not be surprised at all if the overwhelming majority of them are casual players lacking the money to buy high-end gaming equipment. Make no mistake, PUBG looks set to survive even if its core community does not, thanks to the huge emerging market in China, India, and Southeast Asia. On a final note, while I believe that PUBG is definitely playing to the casual player base, they will have to continue to offer something new in order to survive. And by new, I do not mean new weapons or skins even, I mean new game modes, map designs, innovations that will really change up the gameplay. The raw, unpolished nature of PUBG, which might be jarring for some, make it easy for game developers to experiment and introduce new game modes of a quality that people will accept. The zombie mode is a good example of this, where it basically started with the zombies just being given a role, a grey skin tone, and made to be unable to equip or pick up anything, which is absolutely doable with PUBG as a platform for development, and this is something which Brandon Green himself has stated as part of his vision for PUBG, to be a platform for players to riff on and develop their own custom mods for. Will PUBG as a platform become a Battle.net and bring forth a Dota like Warcraft 3 did? That will depend on how many tools PUBG can offer to players to get creative with. Zombie mode, for example, would benefit greatly from having bots with half-decent AI. But PUBG will have to produce more tools to make this happen. In addition, there are also technical questions that must be addressed. For example, how will PUBG handle hosting of player-made mods? What if the mods contain massive maps? How will it handle hundreds or thousands of mods of that scale? Will Bluehole want to take on the additional server costs? These are questions that must be answered if PUBG as a platform is to be achieved. And those are my reasons for why I believe PUBG will continue to survive. I hope you enjoyed the video. What do you think about PUBG's decline? Do you think my estimation was accurate? Is PUBG's situation beyond saving? Has PUBG really forsaken the hardcore player base? Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you again in the next video. Stay safe, everyone.